Dancers on Stars, back to zero. Glad You Called await their turns with Centennial Park and Capital Commander, Reparations and Boys on Tour. Now Centennial Park coming up. Centennial Park, the 8-year-old, start 57 today. Dancers on Stars going into the stalls. Capital Commander waits its turn with Under the Sun and Zuccarina. Boys on Tour out behind the gates. Jacinta is a fair way away from the back of the stalls as well, with the earmuffs being removed at the gates. Zuccarina goes up, back to zero, takes up its position. Glad You Called is riderless. Now Boys on Tour waits its turn. Glad You Called about to come up riderless. Thank you, Greg. Well, a bit of a storm is on its way here at Canberra, but luckily for the club, we're going to get through the meeting before it hits. We've been watching it head in our direction, but it hasn't reached us, which is good news. Jacinta had earmuffs, and that was before in the mounting enclosure, taken to the start and then removed at the gates. Now Jacinta moving into the gates. Jay Ford in the saddle for Matt Dale, so 3 to get set. Reparations along with Messene and also Boys on Tour for the running of this, the last race, the national sprint. Jacquinot Bay taking out the cup. Lucky Racky, the Black Opal, on what's been a successful day. Super Sunday, as they're calling it down here. So Messene goes in and they're set for the national sprint. Ready to go. Stalls are back in the big field on their way. Centennial Park a touch slow. Niblick jumped well on the inside, showing good speed. Niblick will lead. Doubtful Miss Under the Sun, and they were followed next in the field by along the inside Prince of Capers, also putting itself into a position with Capital Commander. Then Zuccarina, Glad You Called. Messene around the outside. Jacinta might be a little bit deep there from Reparations. Centennial Park's on a limb as well. Back in the field, back to zero on the inside from Dancers on Stars, arm's length, and Boys on Tour at the rear of the field. So it's Under the Sun just in front of Messene on the outside past the 800 metres, and in between horses Glad You Called. So pretty keen up front, and Glad You Called goes to the lead now in the national sprint. From Messene Under the Sun, then Capital Commander. Jacinta off the track. Further back in the field, approaching the turn, Doubtful Miss, Centennial Park. Niblick on the inside as they approach the turn from Reparations. Dancers on Stars has about 4 or 5 lengths to make up. Boys on Tour will be the widest around the bend, and they were followed by Back to Zero, whose last Prince of Capers has got a long way back as well. But Messene cruises up at the 2:25 and takes the lead by 2 lengths. Jacinta, Centennial Park on the outside, followed by Doubtful Miss and Dancers on Stars from Reparations. Messene with 100 to go from Centennial Park. Look at Reparations, charge at Messene, but Messene will just win. From Reparations, Centennial Park, Dancers on Stars. They were followed next by Back to Zero, Jacinta, Doubtful Miss, and they were followed by Capital Commander. Boys on Tour, well back Prince of Capers, Niblick, Glad You Called, arm's length, and well back Zuccarina, and also Under the Sun. It's been a big day for Team Hawks without success before the last. They've been nutted a couple of times, but Messene will just last from Reparations and Centennial Park. 4, 8 and 2 in the last event. 4, 8 and 2, fourth going to number 3, and that was Dancers on Stars. 4, 8, 2 and 3. The overall time 1:23.49, 35.35 the last 600. 4, 8, 2 and 3. Fifth going to 14, and that was Doubtful Miss. So in what was a good performance by Messene, it was out of its comfort zone from that gate with flashing home Reparations. It has come from the clouds under Karen McAvoy for Anthony Freeman, but it just needed a shade longer. Long head was the winning margin. A long head, 4, 8, 2 and 3, fifth 14, the overall time 1:23.49, 35.35. A long head, a length and 3/4 on the last. a long head by a length and 3/4. So it was a thrilling finish, but it was Messene, the Lonhro gelding out of Belgiselle, just lasting, and that's a good effort from that gate in the national sprint. It's a smart horse. So wrapping up things here, 4, 8, 2 and 3, 5th, 14, 6th, 10 in 1:23.49.
Look, you know, I mean, we've got long hopes of hopefully trying to get him to Doncaster. So, you know, he drew the bad Barry today, and he's also can race in. Well, you saw what he did today. He can race back, he can race forward, but James gave him a gun right actually from a terrible barrier. He got to the outside, and you know he got the front way too soon, and it was all not James's fault. He just got left there, and you know Yarfa sitting his shot at the end, and he got blinkers on too. So it's hard to hear the other horses coming because normally he's chasing them home. But no, it was a good win, and you know. The Qlty family, they own the broodmare, and he's a stakes winner now. And funnily enough, he's won about 8 or 9 races now, and hadn't even run the stakes race. So that was his first stakes win today. So hopefully we can get the rating up.
It was all McDonald could do from out there. You got the visitors draw.
Yeah, they certainly. The only one we got right was Lorna May, and we didn't want her to be on the fence. But well, we've had a good day. It's been a great little carnival today. So it's good. Very, very happy.
A lovely finish to it.
Yeah, it was a good finish. It was looking a bit bleak there before 2 seconds, and Greco fell out the gates, did the splits of the black opal, so that finished him. But that's racing, and oh no, good horses make everyone look good, mate, even me.
You've still got plenty of miles in this fellow, and you as well.
Yeah, no, as I said, he's been a great horse, and he's only had one blemish tonight. He went to Moonee Valley, and he was caught 4 wide the whole way. And you take that run out, he's nearly unbeaten, this bloke. So he's no black caviar. I'll probably never see another one as good as her, but you know he nearly could be undefeated, this bloke. So he's on the right hop, and we've taken him the quiet way, to be honest, trying to get him towards a Doncaster and maybe even a Queen Elizabeth.
Mate, fingers crossed. Well done.
Thank you.
Good on you. Well. Here we are, but Messene, we've heard it. They had to do it the hard way today. Mardo from an outside gate.
National sprint. What a card today. It's been sensational. And a keenly contested national sprint taken out by Messene. Jeff Bloom joins us from the club to do the formalities.
Yeah, thanks very much, and it's my pleasure to officiate at this presentation today representing our committee and the club. This race has been sponsored by the John Mcgrath Auto Group. John Mcgrath has been a fantastic sponsor of Canberra racing over many years, and well, today we've got Ron Butler, the Group Fleet Manager here to take part because unfortunately John couldn't be here. The John Mcgrath Auto Group has had a recent expansion, and they are now providing a better service and a great service on a number of makes of cars. So once again, it's our pleasure to have John Mcgrath as our sponsor. I'd just like to thank the owner, Mr. Qlty. Mr. Qlty owned a property just not far from here. Has been a good supporter of Canberra racing, and he's owned the winner. And to Team Hawks for bringing the horse here today. It was a very impressive win, and I'm sure it'll win many races. I'll now hand over to Ron Butler to make the official presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. It's on behalf of the John Mcgrath Auto Group. What a marvellous way to end the day, and congratulations to the owner and the connections, and a great training effort for that first up victory. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the club for putting on such a wonderful day. It's always better when you win, but we've had a wonderful day. I would like to thank the Hawks team headed by John. You can't get any better when you put your horses with John and his team. I'd like to thank also the sponsors, because without sponsors, race just doesn't seem to be the same. But it's been a great day, and I hope you've all had a nice day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You want me to say, oh, okay. Thank you, Jeff. I'd like to thank Jeff Bloom, the ATC committee, and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'd just like to thank Mcgrath Auto for sponsoring. It's always great to have sponsors. We need sponsors in racing. Certainly for owners, because they need the prize money to continue to buy horses. I'd also like to thank my two sons and our staff in Melbourne and Sydney who do a marvellous job, and it's turned out to be a great day. Thank you very much.
Magnificent. That wraps up a wonderful day's racing here at Thoroughbred Park. Please be safe on the way home. If you've had a bit to drink, don't risk it, because they will get you. So stay out from behind the wheel if that's the case, and hopefully we'll see you back here for racing in a couple of weeks on a Saturday with a combined harness and thoroughbred meeting here at Thoroughbred Park, which we certainly look forward to. Thank you for making Seppelt Black Opal ACTAB Canberra Cup Day such a roaring success. We'll see you back at the races soon.